What up, everyone? We got Nerd Block here, and this month's theme, British Invasion. So I'll have to admit, I wasn't too excited when I heard the theme of this one because I assumed there'd be a bunch of Doctor Who stuff and other things that I'm not a fan of. But let's take a look and see what we got. So, I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of these choices because there were a lot of things I kind of forgotten about that were British that were in here. So first, we got our t-shirt. And this is the soft style, so it's a little bit softer and a little bit more fitted. It looks very small though, but I'll have to try it on and see exactly how it fits. But anyway, this is a reference to Sherlock Holmes. So I actually like this shirt. Even if you don't recognize the reference, I still think it's a pretty cool shirt. Like, it's not too specific to the genre to where you wouldn't understand it and not pay attention, but it's still like a very cool design. So I think that was a good choice. They're not always the best at picking t-shirt designs, but that one was rather cool. I liked it. I'll take it. Next, we got an exclusive item, exclusive figure. Obviously, Nerd Block has a partnership with Titans because we constantly get exclusive Titans figures, which is awesome. I think each box should pick their own company and get exclusives from them. I think Loot Crate definitely has a partnership with Funko because they always get exclusives. So Nerd Block obviously has them with Titans, which I don't mind at all. I think Titans is a really great company. I'm not always a fan of the genres they pick from, but they still make good quality figures. That being said, we got an exclusive Doctor Who figure. Now again, we've gotten a Breaking Bad, we've gotten a Doctor Who and like other series, and it's always ones that I'm not familiar with. I haven't gotten around to watching Doctor Who. I have nothing against it. It just happens to be a show that I haven't watched yet. So I wish I had more appreciation for it because this figure looks really awesome. It's in a fantastic box. It's nicely displayed. The figure looks great. It looks like the character. And it's exclusive, which is so cool. This is like the #1 thing that I always hope for in any box. Exclusive figures are like my favorite thing to get. So it's so cool that they have that, especially after we just got the Ghostbuster one, I think 2 months ago or something like that. So I think that's fantastic. And I'm sure any Doctor Who fan will be ecstatic over this. I think this is really great that they can do partnerships like that and give us exclusive items. I think that's fantastic. So, got our exclusive Titans Doctor Who figure. Next, we got the bear from Mr. Bean. I haven't taken it out of the plastic, I'm not sure if I'm going to, but this is a very nice bear. Obviously, if anyone's watched the shows or movie, they recognize the bear, and this is actually very good quality. They could have really cheaped out on this and made a very crappy plush toy, but they didn't. It's actually stitched, like you can see the texture on it, and it actually looks like there's stitching to it. I'll try to put a closer picture up at the end. I don't know if you'll be able to see through the plastic, but yeah, it looks very well done. It's not just like cloth stapled together. It actually has texture, design. It looks like it was hand stitched. I doubt it was, but it does give that feeling, and it does look like it. And it's full of like beans too, so it has like a nice feel to it. So this is a very good choice. I'm not sure if I don't think they manufactured it themselves. Let's see what the tag says. So yeah, it's from an actual company. Ooh. Can't see. Fiesta. So I've heard of that company before. They make bears. They make stuffed animals. But this is actually a good quality product. So they did good in picking it out, and they didn't cheap out. So it's so refreshing to see this box like always giving surprises. Like they're never cheaping out on quality. The only time that I would ever say they have cheaped out is the shirt quality because they always get it from Shirt Punch, and they're not the best at shirts. They're good, they're okay, but sometimes their shirts are like meh. But other than that, they always get like really top-notch quality stuff, if not exclusive. So I'm happy to see this, even though I'm not super familiar with the show. I definitely know the character, and I definitely recognize the bear. And this is very nice. I really like how well this was done. I was thoroughly surprised and impressed. Like, well done. Alrighty, got a little card here. Next, we got a Mr. Bean bendable figure. Now this is just a fun little like action figure type of thing. He's just bendy, you can bend him into certain positions, and it looks like the actual character of Mr. Bean. Cool. Nothing super special about it, but it's actually branded, so that's cool. There we go. Next, we got a set of magnets from Monty Python. This is cool. I kind of wish they had put more Monty Python in because I'm a huge fan of that. But even still, this is great. So Everyone's seen these, most people have them. It's just a bunch of random words that you can assemble on your fridge to say whatever you want. But this one's specifically words and phrases from Monty Python, which is really cool. And then it has like the little character symbol from Monty Python. So that's actually really funny. It has very funny words on here. So if anyone didn't already have this, now you do. And you can totally put it on your fridge and assemble it in funny phrases. It's always fun when you have parties because people move them around and leave messages and stuff. So this is a really fun item. And it's not stickers, it's a magnet, so you can reuse them as much as you want. And it's, again, all Monty Python stuff, which is a good choice. I thought that was rather cool. I like that. The last item we got is a print. Come on. So, this is from Doctor Who. Again, I'll put a much better picture at the end because I know you can't see it at all. But I gotta give them major props here. This is the best print I've ever seen done. And this is how they should always do prints. Now, this isn't super high in value because, as far as I know, it's not by any particular artist. Yeah, it just says printed in Canada, so there's no artist attached to it, so the value of it doesn't go up or anything like that. But it's printed very well. It's on nice cardstock. It's not rolled up, so you don't have to flatten it out, and it didn't get dented or anything. And it also has this very nice matte finish on it. It's not glossy at all. It has this very nice matte finish to it, so it looks really well done on its own, like nicer than any postcard. It's well done, it's a good design, and this cardstock and print is very well done. As an artist myself who's gotten prints done, this is very high quality. I think this is how all boxes should do their prints. I'm not a fan of the posters, I'm not a fan of the cheap paper or rolling them up. I kind of hate all that stuff, but this is very well done. It's a good size. You could display this on its own without a frame because it has such a nice texture and design to it. And yeah, I really like this. I was, again, thoroughly impressed and surprised at how well they printed this out. I'm sure it didn't cost them a ton extra to do it, but it shows like a little thought put into it. It shows nice little quality here, and I really like it. Again, I'm not getting all the references. I recognize a lot of things in here from Doctor Who, but it's still very cool. It looks really nice, and I like the whole monotone thing with the blue and the black background. So, all around, very well done. I liked it. And it arrived in good quality because they didn't have to bend it up and reshape it in the box. It didn't get banged around. So it came in pretty much perfect condition. So I was very surprised and happy with this, and I think other boxes should do the same. So anyway, I've talked enough about that. Let's go through this box and talk about some value. Alright, time to put a value on this box and give it a rating. So first, our t-shirt. So this doesn't look like it'll fit super well. It seems very short and a little too tight, but we'll see. But at least they did do the soft style of Gildan, so it's not super rough. But I did really like the design. But either way, it'll get the standard $12 to $15 value. Next, the bear. So this, the funny thing about these boxes, NerdBlock is such a big company. Anytime they put something in their box, it almost devalues it in a way because now everyone has it and there's a huge resale market for it. So, if you were to go on eBay, I'm sure there are a million people that got this box that didn't want the bear and are reselling it for next to nothing. But as far as quality is concerned, as far as if you were going to purchase this in a store, I could easily see this going for $10, if not more, if not $12 or $15. Again, eBay resale, you're gonna easily be able to find it for much cheaper than that. But it just has really nice quality. I was very impressed by it. I really like this. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the show, I think I'm still going to keep this in display because it just looks very well done. So I would personally have paid $10 for this because it has such nice quality to it. If you were to see it in a store, I would not be surprised at all to see it for at least $12, again, if not $15. But for argument's sake, since you can find it in a resale market for cheaper on eBay, I'm going to put it in the middle and put it right around $10. I think is fair. A general $10, like give or take a few bucks. But I think that's a reasonable amount because it was very nice. Next, our Doctor Who exclusive figure. So the ones of this size, the 4.5 inch from Titans, they run around $12 to $15. I think they're close to $14. It kind of depends, but around that price, depending on where you buy it from. So it'll get the $12 to $15 rating. Now this is exclusive, so this is actually going to be worth a little bit more. The exact amount, I wouldn't give it a ton more value, maybe a few dollars if you take that into consideration. But again, like I said, NerdBlock's such a huge company. There are now probably a couple thousand of these out there for all the boxes they ship out. So it doesn't go up a ton, but it's really cool to see stuff like that. I'm always super excited to see exclusive stuff. I always love getting figures, and yeah, that's really great. So the value could go a little bit higher due to its exclusivity. It's exclusive, for fuck's sake. Anyway, so it'll get $12 to $15 range just to put it at an average value of figures, but take into consideration it is exclusive, and it would get a little bit higher on the resale market. So, next, our Mr. Bean figure. I'll give this like 3 to 5. I couldn't see it going for any more than that, like right around that range. It's a cheap figure. There's nothing super special about it. It's cool and it's branded, but I couldn't see it going for more than a couple bucks in like a toy store or something like that. So I think 3 to 5 is perfectly reasonable on that. Next, the magnets. So magnets get a little bit higher value, higher than stickers anyway, so I could see this easily going for $5 or $6. If you were to buy it in a store, like a novelty store, they would definitely mark it up more than that because they can. But I think this is worth $5 or $6 because it is cool, it is reusable, and I think it's something that pretty much everyone can enjoy. So right around that 5 or 6. Then the print. So like I was saying, this is very high quality print, the way they printed it in the paper and the way they went about printing it. I really do like that. But like I said, it's not tied to any specific artist. So prints go up in value, but only due to that specific artist. So if someone famous does it, it's going to go up in value. But if a nobody does it, it's pretty much only valued at what it would cost to print it yourself, because you could easily go on Google Images or whatever and just print it out yourself. The only reason prints go up in value is, again, because of that specific artist. Since there's no artist tied to it, I have no choice but to value it at what it would cost to get something like this printed. So I'm going to value this around $5. They probably paid much less because they probably got thousands of them printed, but if you were to get this done yourself, it might even cost a little more than that because it's on nicer quality paper. So a little more than $5 would be understandable. But they should really start getting some artists in on it to really value these prints, like get them signed, numbered, things like that. I think would give a huge, tremendous value to these prints and really up the box rating a lot. But again, no artist, so it only costs what it would cost to print it. But either way, it's still very well done, and I do really appreciate that. So, that being said, on the low end, we get a value of 47, and on the high end, 56. So absolutely no surprise here. Almost without fail, NerdBlock, Arcade Block, they're going to give you right around $50 in value. Like, almost exactly every single month to the T. Which is great. That's perfect. It's not quite double, but it's pretty damn close to it. And that's fantastic. Considering they're at a $30 price point, which is more expensive, the fact that they can get even close to double is pretty great. That's like a big deal, and I think they do a great job at it. And they did high quality stuff. They didn't cheap out at all and pick cheap crap or make anything themselves. They actually got high quality stuff, and I noticed that in pretty much everything they put in here, and I really appreciate that. On top of the fact that you got exclusive items, which is awesome. So I'm going to give this box a rating of 7.75. Now this is going to seem a little bit low considering what I just said about how much I liked it. The only reason it gets a little bit lower score and not like higher than an 8 or like an 8.5 even is only because I feel like the market for this is slightly narrow. Not super narrow, but I feel like the people that are interested in this it's not for everyone, basically. So that's why it gets a little bit lower score. If it was really general stuff of this quality, it would have gotten 8.5 easily. Maybe even higher than that, because they did a great job. But the whole British invasion thing, obviously people in the UK would love this, but people in the US, like, a lot of people like it. There's a big following for Doctor Who. Everyone loves Monty Python. Some people like Mr. Bean, like it's not super well known, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't appeal for everyone out there. It appeals to a big market, so believe me, there are plenty of people that are going to love this box, but some people are going to be like, meh, I'm not into the UK British stuff. So that's the only reason it got marked down a little bit lower. I have to take that into consideration because these ratings are for everyone. I can't just rate it on what I like or what a specific market likes. It's supposed to be for everyone. So that's the reason it moved down a couple points. But still, 7.75, much higher than the average box, much higher than I think anything last month. So this month is already turning out to be a pretty great month, and I'm very pleased with this box. They did a very good job, and I'm finding myself impressed month after month with this box. They're just a great company. They give so many options. They give great value. They give great quality. Like, I really have nothing but praise for this company, and I'm excited to see where they go. And it seems like they're still growing. They're taking small steps, but little steps up and up and up, and they're getting better and better with their exclusive stuff, with their quality, with their prints, with everything. It's just little bits and pieces here and there, but it's adding up to a great company. So I really like it. Not much else to say. I'm excited to get Arcade Block. Hasn't arrived yet, but should be here any day. And I'm very tempted to try Horror Block. I know pretty much nothing about horror, and I'd probably be bad at rating it, but I'm just curious because they do such a good job at everything else. And I hope they do more genres, more types of boxes. Not excited for the comic block they do. That doesn't look super great, but I hope they do more in the future. But anyway, I'm rambling. This has been a great block. Nerd Block 7.75. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.